we doing today, partners? I'm gonna take my horse down to the stable and wash her up and make sure this pony clean when I take her out in public. Will it start? Oh, she started. But I definitely need to change that starter before I'm stranded kicks. Normally I have my guys come through and wash all the cars, but today I'm feeling a little generous. I'm gonna wash her myself today. It's been a while. Wait for it. You hear that? That's a V10. R8 Huracan. It's probably Snooge. Anyways, yeah, she's filthy, guys. This thing is dirty. I'm not gonna lie. I haven't washed it in, I think, 2 weeks. But truthfully, you guys can't lie to me. For not washing this car in 2 weeks, it doesn't look that bad. It definitely does not look that bad. But yeah, it's filthy. It's filthy. See, this is just the joy of having a Nismo. It looks clean when it's not clean. Alright, I already know a bunch of people are gonna ask this, so, bro, what do you use to wash your car? If I do wash it, honestly, it does not matter. I use any kind of car wash soap. Just don't use dishwashing soap, please. Please don't use that. A little microfiber sponge thingy for the wheels. I use this to dry the car off. It's like a little chamois. Got this nice little car loofah. So that's just the basic stuff. I really don't wash my car that much, but if I do wash it, this is what I use, guys. And you can't forget the Vato Zone bucket. That's where I live. We do have a car wash here. Pretty sick, right? Does this motherfucker work today? Sometimes it shit don't work. I'll be good. Alright, let's get it. Let me do a quick little time lapse, whatever. Sorry guys, my camera died. But ooh, she clean. She is clean. Just waxed my hood. Ooh, that thing's feeling like a granite countertop. Sheesh. And this is what I use to wax it. When it comes to wax, I'm pretty go-to with Chemical Guy stuff, really any of their wax. I used to use a different one before from them, but they all seem to work pretty damn well. So if you guys have carbon fiber and you want to throw some wax on it, keep it nice, shiny, smooth, highly recommend anything from Chemical Guys. If y'all want to throw me a sponsor. But finally, bay looking all clean. And I'm gonna go to my famous like walk around spot that I like to use, and we're just gonna talk a little bit about the Z. Pretty much all the money that I put into this and why I think that these are one of the best cars that you can buy for your money. There it is, the infamous walk around spot. Damn, so clean, man. I mean, I don't even have to say much about it, guys. 350Zs in general are beautiful cars. Don't let me get talking about the Nismo, man. The Nismo is just, it's freaking classic, bro. It's timeless. This car will always be like one of my favorite cars. It'll always look super sick to me. It's just, man. God damn, I love this car. Anybody need some shoes? Alright, I'm not gonna be racist or nothing like that, but somebody Asian definitely left all this shit here. Oh, I have found a starter pack for me and my family. Salt. Use salt for everything. Alright, anyways, why I think this is the best car that you can buy for under, let's say 20K. Let's just say non-Nismo, I'm gonna say HR. That's gonna be 2007, 2008 350Z. There's nothing different as far as the motor and the trans when it comes to base HR 350Z and a Nismo. The only differences are the aero kit, the suspension, the chassis has more hand welds, etc. Small interior differences, but I'm just gonna talk about HR in general and my experience with them. I bought my first HR, which was my other Nismo 350Z. I bought that around 4 years ago. Just all around, just amazing car, man. So yeah, people can get technical and they can talk about other cars, but this is just my personal opinion. I'm around these cars every day. I know them pretty much like the back of my hand. As far as price wise, if you are looking to get a Nismo, just expect to spend between like $14,500 and like $23,000. It's really just gonna go based off the miles on the car and the title status. They are really hard to find. I mention this all the time. There was only 1,613 of these ever made, produced, like ever. And that's not including like all the ones that have been crashed or who knows what happened. There's probably only a little bit over maybe 1,000 of them left in the world. I've been a fanatic over them. Like it's always been like my high school dream car, obtainable, it's not super expensive, something that I know for sure one day I was gonna be able to afford. Years later, fast forward, you know, this is my third one that I've had. And I really just love this car like crazy. So let's get into potential wise. If you want to do an NA setup, this car is super freaking impressive NA wise. I mean, just doing intakes, full exhaust, and a tune, you're looking at between like 295, 305 wheel horsepower. Every dyno reads different. You might get some that are going to read like 310, maybe 315, but let's just say around 300 wheel horsepower. The car is about 3,300 pounds. If you have driver mod, not everybody has driver mod, if you have driver mod, this car will impress the shit out of you, I promise. If you just go pretty much full bolt on tune, this car will impress you. I'm not even talking about cam to E85, none of that. If you want to go back through my videos, you guys can see my 350Z versus the world. I think that's the title of it, I'm not sure. Something like that. But you guys can see the cars that I was racing. I mean, there's a couple E92 M3s that I beat. There's a couple 5.0s that I beat. There's a handful of V8s that I had really close races with. All these cars that make like 350, 400 wheel horsepower. And this car is right there keeping up. A lot of it was driver mod, I'm not gonna lie. As far as power and what they're gonna do against other cars, I just feel like you can't buy a better car if you wanna say V6. If you wanna just talk about just HRs in general, you can find just a clean 07 HR probably for around, if it's private sale, you might get lucky, find one for like 10K, 9K. On the average, an 07, 08, just a base HR is gonna run you probably like 12K. That's normally what they kind of like sell for. But you still cannot beat that for what the car is gonna do. Another reason why I love the car so much is they're just super reliable. Like this car has little to no issues. I beat the living hell out of my car when I first had it. Daily driving that thing like 100+ miles, commuting, work, whatever. And the car was just so much fun to drive, never gave me no issues. You know, it's not like the 03, 06s. Those cars have problems and you can just not figure them out. Like you never will figure it out. The car will just be on crack, bro. The VQ35DE, the car will have a problem and then you'll fix it and then it's like, boom, it starts another problem and it just keeps going. Kind of reminds me of girls. But anyways, yeah, but as far as the 07, 08, if you want to talk about issue-wise, these cars have little to no issues. The HR only has 2 common issues. That's it, 2. That's going to be the slave cylinder. It is internal, so it does suck. When that slave cylinder does go out, you have to pull the trans off, obviously. So if you pull the trans off, you might as well just change the clutch. It is an easy fix though. It's not like something that you're just going to keep having a problem with. Only if you stay OEM slave. The OEM slave is plastic. It's really cheap. We do sell one at the shop. I'm not saying it's never gonna go out again, but it should last you quite a while. I ran our stage 3 6-puck with the heavy duty slave, and the entire time that my car was built and boosted, I never changed the clutch. It's a real easy fix. It's not something you really have to worry about when you buy this car. Just be ready for the slave to go out. It's gonna happen. Other common issue is the gallery gasket. There's a few gaskets that are behind the front timing cover, and that allows the oil to get to the heads. It's just a paper gasket that goes bad over time. Normally you won't really see it in the early miles. It's more of the later miles, like around 100,000. But it's a simple fix. If you have a nice go-to shop that can do it, it shouldn't cost you more than like $800, $1,000 to fix it, and you shouldn't have to worry about that for a long time. So those are really the only 2 common issues that these cars have. Once you take care of those 2 things, you really shouldn't have to worry about anything. We're only talking about HRs right now. I'm not even talking about 370s or VHRs, nothing like that. I'm just talking about 07, 08 HR, just best bang for your buck. But if you do want an HR, I wouldn't just pull the trigger on a base. If you could find a Nismo, I promise you, just save up a little bit more money and just buy the Nismo. You will be a lot more happier with it, I promise. 1, the car is gonna hold value better, and 2, it comes done. Like, you don't need to do anything to this car. The front bumper is amazing. It is perfect. It looks so clean. I love it. The side skirt, it's dope, real simple. It just flows really nice. The rear bumper, it's just personal preference. On the rear bumper, a lot of people don't like it. I love it. I think it looks super dope. Like, my favorite part about the rear bumper is probably just gonna be this area right here. Just how it curves in and how it looks from the side profile of the car. But I mean, you can't go wrong with it. The wing is dope. Just the whole car, like, it's just so well put together. There's a lot of clean Z's out there. There's a lot of crazy stuff people do to them, but I just feel like there's so many Z's out there that don't even look better than a stock Nismo. So that's just my opinion. Look at this car. I've barely honestly even touched it. It has a hood, coils, and wheels. That's it. It has a hood, coils, and wheels. And it looks like this car is super modded, and it's not. So +1 for the Nismo, man. Amazing car. Thank you, Nissan, for making this car, because I freaking love it. Reliable, good power, looks, and price. And I just feel like it's hard to find a car that has all of those checked off, but in an HRZ, you literally get all of it. Stock unopened motor, like just completely stock. Just doing a bolt-on turbo kit, you can make a reliable 500 wheel horsepower. All you're gonna need to do is just change the clutch. Just put a better clutch in the car. That is all you need to do. As long as you have a really good tuner and everything is set up correctly, the car will give you little to no issues. I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, shit happens, but I'm just speaking as far as overall, just my experience. Other people that I know that have boosted HRs. The max that I was on stock motor was 550 wheel, but at that point, you're kind of pushing it. You're getting closer to that 600 range, and it's kind of like, bruh, it's a stock motor. Like, what are you doing? Just if you want to do a slight build on it, just do pistons, rods, studs, bearings, just like the basic stuff. This car will make 800 horsepower like all day long. If you have a good connections and have a fabrication guy, you could build a custom turbo kit for this car for like $3,000 to $5,000. And I mean, you're talking buy an HR, 5K turbo kit. You don't do a slight build on it, around 20-25,000, you can have an 800-900 horsepower 350Z. That's gonna be reliable. I kind of praise these cars, I talk about them so highly, but it's just because it's a great car. Like, not only does it look good, it's just a great car in general. So I just feel like you can't beat it. Everybody has their preference, you know. There's gonna be Honda guys, oh bro, you could buy an SI for 6K and do turbo kit on an SI. I just feel like this is the nicest, most reliable, all-around best car that you can get. Let's speak about the money that I've spent on this. So if you guys just want, oh shit, a bee. Never been stung by a bee, don't know if I'm allergic, don't want to find out. I'm not gonna say the flaws that I fixed. I'm not really gonna count that because you can find one that's clean. Let's just go coilovers. I'm running the Teen Flex Z's. Those are about 800 bucks. Carbon hood, those typically run around 1,000. Wheels, I'm not gonna lie, the Meisters are very pricey. And if you find a really clean use set, they're normally gonna go for around 26 to 3,000. If you go do a brand new custom spec set, it's probably gonna run you maybe around 4, a little bit less. 3K on the wheels, 4K with the hood, 5K with the suspension, and a Tome. It's about another $1,000, $6,000 in total that I'm into this car, and it looks like this. And half of that price is because I have Meisters. This car will look almost just as good on reps. You can get reps for a G-ball. I cannot wait to bring the turbo one back. Like, I'm itching, bro. I'm fiending. Like, I scratch my neck every morning that I wake up and I just want to hit boost again. But you know, it's all good. It'll be worth the wait. But yeah, man, super happy with the car. I mean, even if you go base HR, like I said, if you can find one for around 10K, do some coils, wheels, around under 15,000, you can have a really clean HR. The potential is crazy. You can do anything you want with this car. You could turn it into a drift build, you could do a drag racing build, a roll racing car, a show car, like whatever you want to do with the 350. It's just sky's the limit. And last but not least, HRs sound amazing. see? Thing sounds amazing. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Catch you in the next one.